The sound of shattering glass silenced the entire bar. Red wine spread across the expensive charcoal suit like spilled blood. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Eleanor's breath caught in her throat as she stumbled back, panic flooding her chest. The customer shot to his feet. "Sorry," he barked, glaring down at her. "Do you know how much this suit costs?" Her fingers trembled around the tray. I didn't mean to. I am sorry." "You people never do," he snapped. The music around them seemed to fade. Heads turned. Eyes stared. And suddenly, Elena felt every ounce of exhaustion weighing on her body. She had already arrived 20 minutes late, because her mother had barely been able to breathe again that evening. And now this. Her boss appeared like a storm. "What happened?" he barked. The customer pointed furiously. "This idiot ruined my suit." Elena swallowed hard. "I'm really sorry, sir. It was an accident." "An accident?" her boss repeated coldly. His eyes narrowed. "You came late and now this?" "I explained already. My mother is sick and I don't care," he yelled. "Every single time with excuses," he snapped. "I don't think you need this job." Tears threatened to rise, but Elena refused to let them out. "Please," she whispered. "I need this job. Her brother's school fees and her mom's medications." "Not now." But her boss stepped closer and shoved her hard. The tray slipped from Elena's fingers. Glasses crashed to the floor. A sharp gasp swept through the room. "You're fired." The words stole the air from her lungs. "No." Her voice cracked. "Please, get out," she begged quietly. Pride forgotten. "I need this job." The customer scoffed. That was the moment a deep voice cut through the silence. "Enough!" The room froze. A man slowly rose from his chair. Tall, broad shoulders, black suit tailored to perfection, dark hair, and a face so devastatingly handsome it almost looked unfair. But it was his eyes that made Elena still, dangerously calm. He slipped one hand into his pocket and walked forward with the kind of confidence that made people move out of his way without thinking. The air itself seemed to shift. He stopped beside Elena. His gaze flickered briefly over her trembling hands, then lifted to her boss. "How much?" The manager blinked. "Excuse me? How much damage?" the stranger asked calmly. "The suit, the glasses, whatever ridiculous scene this is." He reached into his pocket, pulled out a black card, and placed it on the counter. "Charge it." Then his eyes moved to Elena. She suddenly forgot how to breathe. "Thank you," Elena said to the stranger. The cold night air hit Elena the moment she stepped outside. Her hands trembled as she clutched the thin strap of her bag. Everything she had been holding together felt like it was slipping through her fingers. She pressed shaky fingers to her forehead, blinking hard against the tears threatening to spill. "No, not here." Elena inhaled deeply and headed toward the bus stop. "You walk fast." The deep voice behind her made her stop. Turning around, she found herself face to face with the man from the bar. The dangerously handsome stranger. Tall, impeccably dressed, and impossibly attractive. "You don't need to." His gaze lingered on her face. "What's your name?" "Elena." "I'm Sebastian." A sleek black luxury car pulled up beside them, and the driver quickly stepped out. "Sir." Sebastian ignored him. "I want to hire you." Elena blinked. "What?" "For a job." She frowned. "No offense, but that sounds exactly like how women disappear in crime documentaries." A hint of amusement touched his face. "You're funny." "I'm serious." "So am I." He stepped closer. "My parents want me married. They keep introducing me to women from influential families, but I'm not interested." Elena stared at him. "I need a fake girlfriend." Silence. Then she laughed. "You can't be serious." "I am. You just met me. I actually noticed you before you entered the bar." Something about you caught my attention. This is insane. I'll pay you $15,000 a month. Her breath caught. You don't even know me. I know. Enough. What exactly would I have to do? Pretend to be my girlfriend. Eventually my fiancée. Then my wife for a while. You're completely insane. I hear that often. You can't ask random women to marry you. Fake marry, he corrected. That somehow sounds worse. You need money. I need someone to convince my parents. I don't know you. I'm not asking for an answer tonight. He handed her a black card. Sebastian Laurent. The name alone spoke of wealth and influence. I should go, Elena said. Before he could reply, her phone rang. It was her younger brother. David? Elena. His voice shook. It's Mom. She collapsed. Fear gripped her instantly. What? She couldn't breathe properly. You need to get here now. Elena stood in the hospital as the doctor delivered the news. She needs immediate treatment. Without it, we may lose her. How much? Elena asked quietly. The doctor slid a paper across the desk. The figure stole her breath. It was impossible. Her younger brother sat nearby, eyes red with tears. What are we going to do? He whispered. Elena had no answer. 30 minutes later, she sat alone outside the hospital, staring at Sebastian's card. Her pride told her to throw it away. A fake marriage to a stranger was madness. But her mother needed help. With trembling fingers, she dialed the number. The call rang twice. Then a deep voice answered. Sebastian, as if he had been expecting her call. Elena swallowed hard. I want to know more about the offer. There was a brief silence. I'll send a car. A car? You're at St. Mary's Hospital. How do you know that? You looked terrified when you answered the call. You weren't hard to follow. That should have alarmed her. Instead, it made her feel strangely safe. 15 minutes later, a sleek black car pulled up outside the hospital. Miss Elena, the driver greeted. This felt like the kind of decision people regretted. But her mother was upstairs fighting for her life. She climbed in. The car stopped in front of a luxury high-rise unlike anything Elena had ever seen. Glass, light, and wealth seemed woven into every corner. Of course, Sebastian lived in a penthouse. He stood by the window when she entered. Tie loosened. Welcome. Tell me everything. Sebastian gestured toward the dining table. A thick contract sat waiting. You'll move into my house. Elena nearly choked. I'm sorry, what? My family needs to believe this relationship is real. You'll be paid monthly like I said earlier. Her stomach flipped. And in return, you live with me. Attend events with me. Pretend we're in love. Duration? 1 year. And after that? Divorce. A strange ache tugged at her chest. Any boundaries? No pressure for intimacy. You'll have your own room. You'll always have a choice. That relaxed her more than she expected. Sebastian pushed the contract toward her. One more thing. If you want out at any point, you leave. Before Elena could respond, his phone rang. Mother. Sebastian sighed and answered. Have you found someone? A woman snapped. The charity gala is this weekend. He ended the call and looked at Elena. The gala is in 3 days. 3 days? She repeated. Yes, and I'm supposed to become your girlfriend by then. Yes, that's terrifying. Why me? You barely know me. No. His eyes lingered on hers. You're perfect for this. The room suddenly felt too quiet. Dangerous, Elena thought. So, Sebastian said, are you in? She looked at the contract. A year. A fake relationship. A fake engagement. A fake marriage. Then freedom. Her mother would receive treatment. David could stay in school. Their lives might finally stop falling apart. One condition. Name it. My family comes first. Done. If my mother needs me, I leave. Done. You don't control me. A faint smile appeared. You don't seem controllable. And if this gets weird, I'm leaving. You have my word. Her pulse raced. Slowly, Elena picked up the pen and signed. The moment she finished, her phone rang. Hospital. Her heart dropped. What happened? She asked. She woke up, David said. Relief nearly brought her to tears. I'll be right there. Sebastian was already standing. I'll take you. The drive to the hospital felt unreal. Sebastian glanced at his phone. Check your message. Elena opened it and froze. Hospital payment confirmation. Paid in full. Every bill. Every fee. A shaky breath escaped her. Months of fear and desperation vanished with a single notification. Oh my God! She blinked back tears and turned away. But Sebastian was already focused on his laptop as if he hadn't noticed. How are you so calm? She asked. You signed a contract. That doesn't make this normal. A faint smile touched his lips. The car stopped outside St. Mary's Hospital. Thank you, she said quietly. I'll wait. You don't have to. I know. Something about that answer stayed with her as she walked inside. A nurse greeted her almost immediately. Miss Elena, your mother is responding well. Treatment has already started. Relief hit so hard she nearly cried. When she entered the room, David jumped to his feet. Lena! She hugged him tightly. I'm sorry. You disappeared. I had to fix things. Then a weak voice interrupted. Elena, her mother was awake. Elena rushed to her bedside and took her hand. The doctor said treatment started. Her mother said. How? Elena hesitated. How was she supposed to explain a fake marriage agreement with a billionaire? I got a new job, she said instead. A job? David asked. A personal assistant position. It pays well. Her mother studied her for a moment before nodding. You work too hard. Elena smiled sadly. I learned from you. David leaned closer. So which rich person hired you? David. What? Hospital bills don't disappear that fast. Despite herself, Elena laughed. When she stepped back into the hallway, Sebastian was waiting by the window. How's your mother? The concern in his voice surprised her. She be okay? Relief flickered across his face. Good. Just one word. Yet it felt genuine. You waited. You look like someone who shouldn't be alone tonight. Her chest tightened unexpectedly. Sebastian motioned toward the elevator. Come on. To where? My place. Reality crashed back. The contract. The fake relationship. The temporary wife arrangement. I should stay here. No. You're exhausted. She wanted to argue, but one glance through the window told her he was right. Her mother was resting, and David was by her side. You're always this bossy, she muttered. Yes, at least you're honest. For the first time, Sebastian's amusement was unmistakable. The apartment looked exactly how she remembered. Large windows overlooking the city. Minimalist. Clean. Expensive without trying too hard. Very Sebastian. An elegant woman appeared immediately. Claire. Oh good, she sighed dramatically. Welcome, Miss Elena. Oh. Thank you. Totally surprised that someone she hasn't met before knew her name. Sebastian casually loosened his watch. That's Claire, my household manager. Oh, nice to meet you. She smiled back warmly. We start tomorrow. Elena frowned. Start what? The training. Her eyes narrowed immediately. Training? How to survive my family. Elena stared at him, then laughed nervously. Oh, great. Claire hid a laugh. Sebastian ignored them. You'll meet them at the charity gala. In 3 days? Yes. Elena blinked. No. Sebastian frowned slightly. No? I'm not exactly fluent in rich people conversations. Which is why we start preparations tomorrow, Sebastian said. What kind? Claire lit up. Oh, this part is fun. Fun for who? For me. Threatening. Sebastian poured himself water like none of this mattered. Tomorrow we fix your wardrobe, teach you etiquette, create our story. Oh my God. Yes. Claire clasped her hands. Important details. How we met, Sebastian added. You hired me after my public humiliation. Elena deadpanned. We're not telling my mother that, okay? So what's the fake version? Elena asked. Sebastian considered. We met at a charity event. You noticed me helping children. Very believable, Claire said. Elena narrowed her eyes. Wow, rich people lie professionally. We call it strategy. Same thing. Sebastian looked genuinely entertained. It made him unfairly attractive. Annoying. Claire grabbed a tablet. Basics. Favorite color? Blue, Elena said after a beat. Mine too, Sebastian said. Silence. Claire raised an eyebrow. Interesting. Elena cleared her throat. Coincidence. Favorite food? Claire asked. Taco salad, Elena said instantly. Sebastian blinked. What? You asked favorite food. Claire turned slowly. Sir? You don't have a favorite food? No. Elena stared. That's the saddest rich person thing I've ever heard. Claire nearly laughed. Food is food, Sebastian said. No wonder you're emotionally unavailable. Awkward silence. Claire coughed into her hand. Sebastian looked caught off guard. Slightly. Like no one talked to him like this. Claire stood. Okay, enough trauma bonding. She pointed down the hall. Guest room's ready. Elena blinked. Right. She was staying here. You should rest, Sebastian said. You're not going to murder me in my sleep, right? A pause. No. You hesitated. I didn't. You absolutely did. Sebastian laughed. Very attractive. And Elena hated the flutter in her chest. This was supposed to be fake, wasn't it? The guest room was bigger than Elena's entire apartment. She stood in the middle of it for a full 10 seconds. A king-sized bed, floor-to-ceiling windows, a bathroom that looked like it belonged in a luxury hotel, and flowers. Who put flowers in a guest room? Her body was exhausted, emotionally drained, but sleep felt impossible, because nothing about today made sense. This morning she had been a struggling bartender trying not to get fired. Tonight she had signed a contract to fake marry a billionaire. Actual insanity. She stepped into the bathroom, stopped, then stared. Oh, absolutely not. The shower looked smarter than she was. Too many buttons. She pressed something. Water exploded from the ceiling. She yelped. Pressed another. Cold mist. Another. Music. The bathroom had speakers. Why did a bathroom need speakers? This house is trying too hard, she muttered. 30 minutes later, clean, warm, and exhausted, Elena finally changed into the oversized pajamas Claire had somehow placed neatly on the bed. Again, rich people were terrifyingly prepared. Her phone buzzed. David. She answered immediately. Hey, so? Her brother said slowly. Are you secretly dating a rich guy? Elena nearly choked. What? You disappeared. Hospital bills got magically paid. You came back suspiciously calm. She dropped into the bed. I hate you. You love me. His voice softened. Mum's sleeping. Relief settled through her chest instantly. Good. She asked where you went. Elena hesitated. What did you say? You went to work. Her chest tightened. David. Yeah. Everything's going to be okay. The words came out quietly, carefully, like she was still learning how to believe them herself. You sound different. Her brows furrowed. What do you mean? I don't know, he said honestly. Less scared, the words settled somewhere deep inside her. Because maybe he was right. After the call ended, she crawled into bed. The mattress practically swallowed her whole. Extremely comfortable. She was almost asleep when a quiet knock sounded at the door. Her eyes opened immediately. Suspicious. Who is it? Sebastian. Why did her heart suddenly beat faster? Annoying. Come in. Sebastian stepped in. Still hadn't changed. Hair slightly messy now. Like he had finally gotten tired too. I brought you food, he said. He held out a plate. Elena blinked. You brought me food. You haven't eaten all night. The fact that he noticed unsettled her. In a strangely nice way. Oh, he looked mildly uncomfortable suddenly. If you don't want it, no. She grabbed the tray too quickly, then cleared her throat. I mean, her voice softened. Thank you. Something unreadable crossed his face. Then he nodded once. You should sleep. He turned to leave, then stopped, looked back, his voice calmer. Good night, Elena. And just before he disappeared down the hallway, she found herself whispering, Good night, Sebastian. The next morning, Elena woke feeling unusually rested. She stretched lazily. Then a knock came. Before Elena could answer, Claire walked in carrying coffee and an alarming number of clothes. Oh good, you're awake, Claire said brightly. Elena blinked. Why are there so many clothes? Claire smiled. Emergency makeover. Elena stared at the elegant dresses and expensive fabrics. You expect me to wear these? You're dating Sebastian Laurent now. Fake dating. Claire shrugged. Still dating. Before Elena could argue, another voice came from the doorway. His gaze shifted to her coffee. You drink coffee? Yes. How many sugars? 3. He looked mildly horrified. That's not coffee anymore. Elena gasped. Claire turned away, trying not to laugh. Sebastian ignored her. Breakfast in 10 minutes. Oh, you eat? Wow. You're surprisingly human. Claire laughed. Sebastian only stared at Elena before walking away. Breakfast went well. Sebastian left for work. That was when I started regretting my decision. 3 hours later, after breakfast, Sebastian had gone to work. Elena started regretting everything. Again, Claire said. Elena groaned. I have walked across this room 17 times. 18. Oh my God, you slouch when nervous. I'm not a rich kid, Claire. We don't glide, we survive. Claire laughed. By afternoon, Elena had learned how to walk gracefully, which fork to use, and how to politely insult rich people. Apparently that was a skill, especially around Sebastian's mother. Later, Elena stood before the mirror in a fitted navy dress. Simple, elegant, beautiful. Her hair was softly styled, her makeup minimal. She barely recognized herself. Oh, Claire smiled behind her. There she is. Elena swallowed. I look different. It suits you. Sebastian returned home right on time. He stood near the doorway in a dark suit, tie loosened, looking devastatingly handsome. His gaze stayed on her longer than usual. The navy works. Thank you. Sebastian checked his watch. We're going out. Where? Elena was curious. Well, we need to prepare you for the gala. Oh, Claire brought clothes. Both Sebastian and Claire looked at her. Long pause. Elena narrowed her eyes. Rude. Sebastian headed for the door. Elena blinked. Aren't you busy? I moved meetings. Her stomach flipped. Because of shopping? No. He held her gaze. Because I want to take you.